Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna be reacting to a video called Hostile Fans, Euroleague versus NBA. So this is a little scary. It's hostile fans, so we're gonna be seeing like stuff about like violence. I think sports are a thing that people do take it like very seriously, and it's like especially not the players, but like the fans do take it very seriously, and it like invokes a lot of like passionate feelings. So it doesn't surprise me that people are getting involved into like fights and stuff. But I think it's more like, usually I think like when I've seen it's usually like football or soccer. Like I think those sports, well, that sport I think really does involve like a lot of, I don't know, like violence. I've never heard of, apparently because this is basketball, I'm guessing is NBA, and I'm guessing the equivalent is the Euroleague, the equivalent in Europe. So I don't know, like I've never seen like, does it get like very violent? Apparently yes. We're gonna find out. So let's check it out and comment, like, and subscribe. Oh my god, okay, this is like a war zone. People are playing in these conditions. There's like fire.
This is a real hostile environment, and this is what NBA players think it is.
Completely different.
Finals. Tatum the drive, the sidestep, missed it.
This is normal. It's a game.
European fans are notorious for creating nightmares to opposing teams. And I mean, how would you feel if you had to get a win on the road in this atmosphere?
I would leave early. Oh my god. This is insane. I wouldn't
Fans
go.
in Greece made it snow inside the arena and delayed the start for a while. And Luka Doncic knows this all too well.
There's some really tough crowds in Europe,
Yes.
especially Greece, Serbia, Turkey. I think those are the three like really tough crowds to play in. It's hard to listen to your teammate right next to you because they cheer so loud.
Speaking of Serbia, Red Star Belgrade fans caused an earthquake in the arena.
But look at the atmosphere. It is literally bouncing. They're standing on that floor now. It's shaking.
I'd be too scared.
You can feel the
I'm sorry, I would leave.
You can feel the vibrations from the floor, from the noise, from the songs, from the dancing. It's just an amazing feeling. I mean, this is what European basketball is about. I'm sorry, you don't see this kind of thing anywhere else in the world. Not a basketball
No, absolutely
game.
not.
Huge flags being waved, flares flashing as if it's a war going on. Massive
Yeah.
drums pounding and leading the entire crowd to sing and yell all as one. By the way, I'm making this video from experience. I've seen a bunch. This is in my country, Macedonia.
I have to say, seeing the clips, I think what like the scary part, it's like the chanting, obviously like it's intimidating, but okay. The bouncing, that again scary, but I think I can handle it. But the thing that like I think takes it to another level, it's like the smoke. The smoke and fire tells you like there's alarm bells going on, like you should leave. This is scary. This is crazy and this is violent. It's the smoke and it's the fire. Otherwise, I think it would be kind of like, I think I can handle it, I think. But the smoke, when smoke and fire get involved, I think, whoa, okay, like we need to calm down here.
So, having witnessed a bunch of these absolutely wild scenes himself, when Nikola Jokic was asked about the pressure while playing on the road in the NBA, he just smiled and said this.
I play in Serbia, brother. I play in Serbia, so I wish you guys can feel that.
Things are so crazy in Serbia that even the players themselves are joining the fans. This is stunning. Just imagine LeBron or KD doing this.
No, they couldn't. It wouldn't happen. Not in a million years. Not in this planet. I can't believe they're joining them.
Actually, Kevin Durant witnessed the madness firsthand when he attended the Euroleague Final Four tournament.
Turn the tide of this one, but time remains on the clock, and the officials are going to have to get a hold of this one. But even in all probability, the game was over.
Oh my god, what's that sound?
And I was shocked to find out that all of this chaos was just fans welcoming Evan Fournier to the team.
Oh, it's good. At be scared. I'd be like, they're not happy about this. No, it's the opposite. They're happy.
They completely took over the airport, and this was the first thing that Fournier saw when he got off the plane. And this is a staggering moment for my hometown, where the fans packed the entire arena for a freaking practice. Not a game, not a game. We're talking about practice. This immeasurable passion and love for the game is probably why Luka admitted that he watches way more Euroleague games than the NBA.
I watch some NBA games, but I was, I watch more Euroleague than NBA. But if it's a really good game and it's on TV, I'll watch it.
And one-off spectacles like this exhibition game played in Belgrade under open sky are just flat out stunning.
It is stunning, but also crazy.
Just recently in Greece, there was a game being played at a historical venue, the stage of the first modern Olympics. So with more than 40,000 fans watching, this of course was a phenomenal sight. Speaking of that, one thing you always see in the stands for EuroLeague games are these amazing choreographies that fan groups come up with. It usually means something and sends a message to the opponents, but there are also examples like this one, partisan supporters paying respect to their coach, Željko Obradović. So when you see all of this, along with the shirtless fans screaming till their face turns red, you see the arena shaking and of course the flares lighting up, and compare that to an NBA game. It looks shockingly different.
It looks like child's game.
A lot of thunderous dunks here in the opening.
It's like Disneyland. Disneyland, like Disney World.
Just walked in front of me. Are you kidding me?
What are you doing, man? Stay with the game. LeBron makes a spectacular play like this, and that's
no, seriously, it looks like a kid's game.
You see the celebrities in the front rows, everyone looking posh, and the action from the crowd boils down to this.
O'Neal snatches the board. O'Neal, a little too tall.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Thing is, the whole culture is different. In the US, people go to a basketball game as a way of entertainment and treat it the same way like going to the movies or a concert. They have their drink, the popcorn, or the hot dog. In Europe, it's do or die mentality, both for the teams as well as the fans.
You're not getting out of life.
I mean, just look at some of the top coaches, the most well-respected minds in EuroLeague basketball. Watch their intensity during games.
In your eyes, you're good guys. Fuck you, everybody.
Oh my god, this man is upset. I have no idea what he's saying, but he's mad. Oh my god, calm down, please.
But they're a quality team.
What the fuck is this, man? We end the march. Go 2 steps into the passing lane. 2 steps into the passing lane.
He sounds like Jeremiah. You're stupid. Oh, they're getting into each other's faces.
What do you want to pass up? Now you ask me what to play, huh? So all the lines, you wait for me. Okay, all the lines, and all of you.
You don't have this in the NBA. 1, because they just don't function like that, but 2, and possibly more important, because there's no way you yell like this to the franchise superstar that's worth $200 million. Just imagine a coach berating LeBron like this. He would be fired before the game is even over. Heck, David Blatt, one of the best EuroLeague coaches at the time, got fired from the Cavs after a 30-11 record to start the season. By far the #1 team in the East, and just months after making the finals. In a league where entertainment is everything and superstars are the difference between a team being a contender or not, you definitely want the top dog being happy and the fans buying expensive tickets. In Europe, coaches are the authority and they preach team basketball. So basically, they're the most important piece to the puzzle. This season, Partizan did the unthinkable and gave Obradović a blank slate to craft his team. Not a single player from last season was left on the team, and the coach brought in an entirely new roster for this year. That's absolutely wild, but it's happened a few times. It's also worth pointing out that Obradović is the winningest coach in EuroLeague history with 9 titles. So whatever reputation Greg Popovich holds in the NBA, Željko doubles that. So this trust is well deserved. If you've never watched the Euroleague, this season is the perfect time to tune in, as there are going to be almost 100 former NBA players suiting up. I've actually started a brand new channel focused solely on the Euroleague, so check out the first video of the wildest game winners in Europe, headlined by young Luka Doncic during his time in Real Madrid. Click this video and subscribe to the channel. Talk to you in the next one. Peace out.
Okay, yeah, I think it's, I don't know, like, I want to say something, and I don't know, it's gonna sound bad, but I think seeing it like this and what he mentioned of like, yes, it's more like the NBA is a lot about the entertainment aspect of it all, because you have like the great like superstars. They're, you know, the most like famous basketball players in the world, and there's like celebrities that go to the games. And everything's kind of chiller in a way, because, you know, you're, like they say, it's like going to watch a movie. Like, you have your drink and, you know, you're expecting to be entertained by the whole thing. And you also obviously want to watch like the greatest, like the most famous, you know, players in the game, in the sport. Of course, you just want to be like, I want to be entertained at the end of the day. But I think the difference with Europe is that, again, I don't know if this is gonna sound bad, but it's more about the sport itself. At least that was my impression, because it's not about, we don't really care about you as the audience being entertained by this. We actually care about like the sport, the game, and actually like winning or obviously like losing. But it's not about, oh, we're giving you a show. No, it's about like, this is win or die, win or lose. Like, this is a matter of like that life and death. So it is more, I think, at least, again, I don't really know anything about this, but my impression is that it's more about the sport and the actual like love of the game than for, you know, again, the entertainment aspect of it all. And I'm not saying like that's like a negative thing. It's just like they're very different cultures, like they mentioned. It's not one is better than the other. It's just like, again, it's different. You know, the NBA culture is quite different to the Euroleague one. And I think that's the thing. And I'm not saying like, oh, the NBA doesn't really care, and the players and, you know, actually like the teams, they don't really care about winning or losing. No, of course they want to win. Like, everyone wants to win, of course. You know, it's a sport for a reason. You're there because you want to win. But again, it's more, I think, about like giving them a show and more relaxed environment. And, you know, in Europe, it's not really like that. They don't really care whether or not you're being entertained or not. We're just here for this. And, you know, that's when it comes to like the actual coaches and probably like the players themselves. And for the audience, I think it's more about, not because you're being entertained because, you know, well, it's entertaining if your team is winning. If your team is losing, well, it's less entertaining and for you. But I think at the end of the day, you don't really care about those kind of things, because it's more about like, I'm supporting my team at the end of the day. And again, I know that obviously when you're a fan of like a team, or, you know, a certain team, or yeah, it's usually obviously a team, even when they're losing, of course you're there. You know, it's like a marriage, right? It's like for when times are good, you're there, and when it's bad, you're also there. It's not like, oh, I'm switching teams because, you know, they're bad, they suck. No, you're there because, again, it's more about like an emotional situation, and more and less about, oh, I think they're good this season. Usually, I think those kind of like, that kind of passionate fan that we're seeing in those clips are not the ones that are just like switching every season. Because I think the ones that are switching are more people that I think are like casual fans. Maybe someone that, you know, I'll see the games and maybe I'll go to one of the games, but maybe I don't really, you know, I don't have like stock in here. But you know, if you are actually like, no, it's my team, and it has been my team since I was 5 years old, like those kind of like passions that this inspires are obviously, you know, it's gonna be different. Obviously you're gonna be there whether they win or whether they lose. You don't really care. You're just there for support, and you want them to see, you know, you as in the actual like fans supporting them. So you don't really get to, I don't know, you don't get to like switch around and stuff. But I'm wondering also, because again, it's such a passionate thing, I would like to go to one of those. Again, it's like the NBA, it's more chill. If I don't know, I would say like, what I've never been to a basketball game, so I would say, would I want to go to the Euroleague one or the NBA? again, the NBA, it's more chill, and again, you can have like a beer, and it's all fun and games. But it looks more like, it's kids. Although it's crazy for me to say this because it's like the NBA. It's like you can't get any more pro than that. But I don't know. It's more like because the environment is so relaxed. I think you're feeling like a little more. I'm feeling safe. But the EuroLeague, I don't know. It's kind of scary, but also I think it would be like very fun to actually go to one of those things. Because, again, to witness this live, I think it would be like, I'm being intimidated, but at the same time, I'm being quite like, wow, shocked by the whole thing, because it's going to be like very impressive. I think it's one of those like once in a lifetime situations that you get to experience. So in a way, I don't know what I think I would, obviously, if I had the opportunity, I would definitely go to one of those EuroLeague ones. But from a distance, I wouldn't be in the. Obviously, I wouldn't actually take the spot of someone that actually wants to, like, again, it's like, this is my team, this is my sport. I wouldn't like take one spot and one of those like very close, like, those sections that are like very close to the court. I would probably go in like, no, I don't care if I'm like so far away. I think it's actually better because it would be like less of a scary experience, because again, it's like, I don't want to support anyone. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared of like getting like lynched on the way out, because I don't know if it gets like the violence or, the situation stops once they're out of the court and people are like living like, in the parking lot or whatever. Or do they like fight each other? Like the teams are constantly like fighting, the fans are fighting. I don't know. I'd be a little scared about the whole situation outside. I think that's what I said. I would leave early because I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what happens afterwards. And I'm wondering also, like, do the police or the authorities like get involved in this? Or I always like, no, it's crazier than it looks. Like, it looks crazy, but in real life, it's more controlled, or as controlled as it can be, and it's not that scary in real life. And no, there's no need to like call the authorities. People actually behave. I don't know, because again, from the outside it looks very like, wow, should we call the police? And maybe it's like, no, it's fine, people can control themselves apparently. But also I think I want to say that it's very funny that one of the the players, like they're like, yes, obviously I think in the NBA, maybe it's me because I don't really know much about this. I think that most of the NBA players, at least like the most like famous ones, are still like from the United States, are still Americans. And I don't know how many of them are from European countries. I'm guessing obviously there's gotta be some. But do they, I'm guessing they come to they go to the US to actually like play over there because this is the NBA. But does the opposite happen? Like, if some American player can go to one of those, you can switch leagues and maybe they can go to like the EuroLeague? I don't know. I'm wondering about that because obviously the environment is very different. Like, one of the guys was saying, like, I have no pressure because again, it's like the NBA, which to me is like the hallmark of like when I think about basketball, I think of NBA because it's like the greatest like basketball players of like all time. They've been there. Like, you made it. Like, if you're in the NBA, like, you just made it. And the guy was like, I have no pressure because I played, I think it was Serbia. So he's like, yes, I can see why. It's like, I'm like, no, this is super relaxed. I don't really care because if you see where I come from, like, no, this is like a child's play. Like, this is nothing to me. But I'm wondering if the opposite happens, because obviously if you made your career in the EuroLeague, going to the NBA, it's like, whatever, trust me, it's fine. But if the opposite happens and someone from the NBA goes to a EuroLeague, they're in for a shocker. They're like, oh my God, I would have never expected to be like this. Or maybe they have, because obviously they are aware of how the situation is actually, because, they're players, they're professional players, so they know how the thing is. But, one thing is actually to like see it in clips, or, watching clips, or actually even watching games. And one is actually playing there, as in like the extra pressure of me being an actual player here. And I think people are going to kill me if I lose. But again, I don't know. That's just my impression. But that was it for today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.